Okay, let's get this started. Hello, boys, girls, and everyone in between, all of my fellow artists. Welcome to another SO Art Studio stream. I'm SO Art Creator, SO for short, and with me today is my Maybe She's Born With It co creator, Lily.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back.
Let's see here. We are SO Art Studio, studio created by artists for artists, and on our stream we talk about anything that crosses our mind while showing you the latest creation we have in the works. And tonight we'll be having our first live drawing where we pick a character that the other has to draw. And while doing so, we'll be talking about our top threes in categories ranging anywhere from movies to musical artists. So, let's get this started. Do you want to introduce the character I'm going to be drawing first, or do you want me to introduce first?
I could start.
Okay.
Yeah. So the character I've picked for SO to draw today is a character from one of my favorite mangas. I grew up reading this one. Her name is Ichigo from Tokyo Mew Mew. She's the main character of that manga. It's the magical girl media that I grew up consuming. I have not watched any Sailor Moon. But yeah, this is the one I love. Esso's art style is very Western, um, comic book style, so I thought it would be interesting to see something that's very anime. It leans into that style super hard, super
yeah.
cute. So I'd love to see how you tackle this character.
Oh yeah, I've gotten all kinds of reference material for this, so it should be fun.
Cool. All right, and for me,
All right, and for you, let's see here. We got a new follower. Ignacio Oni Ganso
Oniganko.
Oniganko. There we go.
Yes.
Welcome to the stream, man. Some music played, and I was like, what is that?" Apparently, it's one of the activations that we have on the stream, and we just don't. It doesn't appear online from what I've seen.
Hmm.
um, let's see here. So, for Lily, this week I chose Rogue from the X-Men. X-Men was one of the first comic book properties that I obsessed over as a kid. And I remember every weekend being glued to the TV whenever the animated series came on. Um, and as a kid, I had a crush on the voice actress named Lenore Zahn from the animated series. And it turns out that she's reprising her role for Marvel Rivals, the next DLC that they're going to be releasing. I think they're
Oh,
releasing
really?
Rogue and Gambit. Yeah.
That's sick.
I know, right? So
That's
I
pretty
thought
cool.
this would be the perfect time to challenge you with a Western character. I want to see what you can do with her in your style. Um, and then yeah, that's who I chose. So it's gonna be interesting to see what we do with both of these characters. Which, of course, like I ended up watching for Tokyo Mew Mew. I ended up watching 2 episodes into. I watched Tokyo Mew Mew New, which is, I guess it was the reboot that came out in 2022, I believe.
What? There was a
Yeah.
reboot in 2022?
Yes,
That's
dude, there's a
crazy.
reboot. And the costumes are about the same for the both of them.
Mhm.
Um
Okay.
only that her jet dress is a little bit more poofier in the
Mm.
reboot. They changed her dress a little. They changed like I think compared to the manga, they made her a little bit older. I think in the manga she
Okay.
was like 13 and they switched her over to 16. So
Yeah,
she's
she's 12 in the she's 12 in the
oh
manga.
Jesus.
Same as Usagi in Sailor Moon. She's 12
She's
too.
12 too? Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
So good. They aged her up a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, they aged her up a lot. They aged her up to 16, so she's still in high school, but now, she's no longer a freshman. Now she's a junior or maybe a senior. I don't know.
A slightly older baby.
Yeah, slightly older. Slightly older baby. Jesus. But yeah, I'm
Hmm.
gonna have what I plan on drawing is her doing her, what is it called, strawberry ribbon check, or
Okay, yeah, her like
her
attack
super
move.
move. Yeah, her attack
Yeah,
move.
okay. Cool.
And then I got a couple of reference of her doing the attack move, so I know what I'm doing here.
I can't believe you actually watched the show. It's
Yeah.
kind of weird. It's kind of weird watching. I wonder if, okay, so they aged her up, but I wonder if they actually changed some of the, um, I don't know, early 90s mannerisms of anime. Like,
You know. Well, I don't
it
know.
does it
Describe what
still
you're talking
stay?
about.
So, I don't know. You can very clearly, like, anime has its own mannerisms and its own style of when a character gets embarrassed or when a character gets hurt or,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
or they get flustered. Like, they'll draw them and have them act in a certain way, like super exaggerated. They'll have bigger eyes or like tears will be falling out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
this is very easily seen in the new reboot of Ranma One Half on
Mm-hmm.
Netflix. It's really good. I loved the first iteration of that series way
Yeah.
back in the 90s. But when you watch it now in 2025, the new Netflix series, they don't take any of those very 90s anime mannerisms out. They still do the little hand symbols whenever they get hurt or
Yeah.
they make the big faces whenever they get embarrassed. So I
Uh-huh.
wonder if they do the same thing here
They
with this
do.
show.
They
Okay.
yeah, they actually do keep a lot of the, I guess you could say they keep a lot of the animated expressions from the manga. So
Mm.
everything that I read about Tokyo Mew Mew New, the reboot, is that it's more faithful to the source material. So I originally wanted to watch the original, which is the Tokyo Mew Mew Power, I think it was called. Um,
Mm.
but then as I was looking into that, they were like, "Oh well, Tokyo Mew Mew Power is it was a 4 kids program that really kind of like what Dragon Ball Z suffered from whenever it was first brought over to the states, right? Like heavy editing, dialogue is all wrong, um, and so they said that essentially this kind of runs into the same problem where
Mm.
um, where you have just heavy editing. They don't get dialogue correct. Voice acting is a little tough. Um, and then they were just kind of like, well, the reboot, is a little bit better. And then I watched it in subs, so I didn't watch any of the dubs of the reboot. But I mean, it keeps a lot of the same. It keeps a lot of the same expressions, or like the exaggerated. I guess we would call them moe expressions now.
Okay.
Um.
Well, it is anime, so you can't really remove
Yeah.
it, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
It's what
Exactly.
makes it anime.
Yeah. I think you kind of want to keep. You kind of want to keep like a lot of the a lot of the exaggerated expressions that the artist intended. I think that's what
Mhm.
matters, is that if this is what the artist intended, then hold on to it and don't
It's
remove
part
too
of the
much.
yeah, it's part of the
It's
what
part of the
makes the
charm,
series the
man.
series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that I had to kind of do some research on is like I've never drawn a a teenager before, I guess. So I had to figure
Hmm.
out like how does the anatomy differ, especially since I wanted to go with something that's more of an action shot as opposed to a anything that was too cute. And like at first I was thinking about going with like a cutesy shot, right? But it was like then I was thinking like, well, everyone's kind of done like the cat girl cutesy thing. So what if I did something that was a little bit more um action orientated.
Hmm. Did you maybe want to go over some more of our top threes?
Yeah, yeah, that sounds good. I think the last top three that we left out on was, let me see here. Top three movies.
Okay.
You want to start off first?
Yeah. Um, so a lot of the movies I've ever watched were like animated films.
Yeah.
So it's no surprise that two of my top three are animated films. Um, the first one would have to be Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I just remember when it came out being so amazed at um how great it was at
yeah.
being a video game movie on a video game that doesn't even exist.
Right.
Because you know the memes, right? Oh, no video game movie that exists is like ever been good. Like they've all been bad.
Yeah,
Um,
to
and
say
they
the
can say
least.
that about like anime, live action cartoon
Yeah,
adaptations. Those are not. It's since been changed a little bit, I guess.
yeah,
I
it's
still
gotten
think
better.
it's the same. I don't think there's any good live action adaptations of any cartoons or any um animated properties yet.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, but yeah, this one, I remember it coming out. I remember watching it early with some of my college mates. We were able to get an early screening to it, which is awesome.
Oh, nice.
Um, yeah, and it was so good. It was amazing. Love the movie.
That's
Makes me
awesome.
feel good inside. It's one of those movies I'll go and watch or
Over
put
and
in the
over.
background while I'm drawing. Yeah, just be like, you know what? I want to be happy. Let me put this in the background while I draw.
Oh yeah, yeah. Whenever I'm drawing, I try to like have. Sometimes I'll have music in the background, and then
Hmm.
sometimes I'll have like a podcast or something that'll allow me to zone out. I think if I were to watch some of my favorite movies while I'm drawing, I would just get too distracted at the end of the day.
Hmm.
like my um like my first movie, one of my favorite movies is gonna be Marvel's Avengers. Um, Mainly because I think it
The
was the
first one?
yeah, the first one. And I say the first one only because the first one I think for me was like a first. It was one of the first movies that brought like multiple comic book properties together in a very
Mm.
comic booky kind of a way. And and they actually were super faithful to the source material, which was like back then, whenever the movie first came out, right? Being a comic book lover, we did have comic book movies growing up, but they were very haphazard. A lot of the times, there were a lot of money grabs, and it seemed as if nobody could ever just get the source material right. That they constantly, like there was a lot of gems back there, right? Like Blade and the X-Men movies and Spider-Man, but they were few and far between, and they were never like as faithful as the MCU movies were. So, um, whenever I got to see all those franchises together that the MCU built up, it was just like it was a nerdgasm for me, man.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't get enough of it, and it's also till this day it's still one of those movies that if it comes on TV, I'm probably gonna leave it and watch it. I'll find a reason to to sit down and watch it, and eventually I'll introduce it to my kids, and they'll they'll probably hate it. Like, Dad, why do you like these old movies? But I don't care. But
That being said,
mm-hmm.
um, yeah, I do remember when that movie came out, and I
Yeah.
remember not liking a lot of superhero movies
Oh
before
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I didn't. Namely, the first, what's it called? The Hulk. I
Oh
did
yeah.
not like the first Hulk
Which one are
movie.
you thinking about? Are you thinking like the are you thinking of the what is it called? The Incredible Hulk was that Eric Bana? Or are you thinking like the Edward Norton Hulk?
Okay, I don't know real people names.
Oh, gotcha.
I just remember seeing like the first one
Mm-hmm.
or one of the first ones and being like, I don't like this. Like this,
Yeah, that
like this
that may
is
have been
weird.
the Eric Bana Hulk. Was that the one? Do you remember what it was about?
I mean, it's them introducing him. Like
Oh, I
that was
see.
the like his introduction
Yeah,
to, you know, um, like they did with all the other
yeah.
superhero movies. But I just remember watching that one and just being like, I don't like this one. I do remember liking Spider-Man. Spider-Man's one of my favorite Western superheroes.
Oh, yeah. He
Yeah.
is a fan favorite for sure.
Um, and I yeah, I definitely like all of them. Even the Andrew iteration of Spider-Man. I even like that one. Not as much as the other two, but
Yeah. I wasn't, whenever it came to the Andrew Garfield, it's like, it's funny because each Spider Man had their strengths, right? So
yeah,
you had Toby, who I would say was um, Toby Maguire was a great Peter Parker, right? He played the out of place nerd very well. Um, then you had our Andrew Garfield, who didn't play a great Peter Parker, but he played a fantastic Spider Man, right?
yeah.
I think Tom Holland is probably my favorite Spider Man right now. Only because I
He is
think,
my favorite too.
yeah, only because I think that he embodies both Spider Man and Peter Parker well. And that's why
Hmm.
he's become my favorite. He's this nerdy kid, and I don't know how much of that is like, oh, this is because the MCU is doing it good, or is it because of the actor themselves, right? Like, it could very well be that Sony just may have screwed the pooch with Spider-Man twice. Or that Tom Holland really is just putting his all into his into the character. But I mean, so far he's been killing it, and Spider-Man
He
has
has.
he's Spider-Man's been a favorite character from the comics of mine as well. All the video games I'd always
Hmm.
play either Spider-Man or Wolverine.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I was saying, um, like I remember watching the first Marvel Avengers movie
Mm-hmm.
and being like, "Whoa, this is so crazy. There's multiple heroes in this movie, and
Right.
this is insane." And then I like how we've lived through this era of being able to see this franchise grow and seeing how far it's come, how
Mm-hmm.
amazing it could be. It's um it's a product of our time. We get to see so many firsts,
Yeah.
and that's so cool
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it
that we
is.
were in the moment, you know? Like we were in the moment when Endgame got released and um all of, you know, all
Yeah.
of those milestones for that franchise alone.
Yeah, like
It's incredible.
I feel it's insane like how we've been at the forefront of things like uh you know anime becoming mainstream. I could have swore that was never gonna
Mhm.
happen whenever I was younger. Like there just weren't that many people. There weren't that many people. Just in into that medium or that style, or it wasn't that readily available, right? So it's like, of course
Mhm.
there wouldn't be people wouldn't be that much into it, but it's like where we've gone now is just crazy to me.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I've lived as a nerd to see a lot of my favorite hobbies and properties just kind of blossom. Like it's been really fun to see how big do I want to make her. Here we
But
go.
that's to say, I so we've watched like Endgame. We've seen how great it looks.
Mm-hmm.
Watching the first movie back is crazy. Like it gives you whiplash because you
Oh
see,
man, yeah.
they choreographed all the fights. They had to do it like, CGI wasn't amazing back then. Um, but you can see all the cuts, like the moving the camera like super crazy and stuff like
Right.
that. As opposed to the newer movies where they don't have to do all the crazy moving of the cameras, so you don't see any errors or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or how weird the choreography might be or something like that. It's
The
it's it's
cinematography wasn't the best, that's for sure.
yeah, but I think it's awesome that we get to see that leap too. Like we saw
Mm-hmm.
that, but at each time we saw it, we were like, "Oh man, this is amazing. Look how great they're fighting in this scene."
Right.
It's like video games, seeing them evolve, and when they first came out, you're like, "Oh man, look at these graphics. It looks so realistic." And it's like the most pixelated thing
Oh God,
ever.
I
But then
know.
but then now it looks like real life.
Right.
Pretty much damn near real life.
Oh, dude.
Um,
I
and that's something
Mm-hmm.
hmm?
Oh no, go ahead.
That's something yeah, that's something we were able to experience. And I feel kind of sad that a lot of this generation won't be able to.
Yeah.
Um, like they can watch it back and they can kind of like get that feeling, but
Mm-hmm.
being in the moment waiting for these movies to come out and then seeing how crazy they can go and
Yeah.
what humanity can accomplish in real time is it's a it's a different feeling.
Dude, I remember the first time. I saw, what was it? Did you ever get a chance to see She-Hulk on Disney Plus by any chance?
I did not watch that one just because of all the stuff that was coming out about it.
Oh yeah, yeah. A
Um,
lot of people were shitting on it for sure.
yeah,
Um,
like I didn't know how to feel about it. But
yeah.
yeah.
Honestly, it it is really faithful to the comic book, which is something
Mm-hmm.
I've grown to kind of expect. But what I loved about it as a TV show, right? The fact that they were able to create a fully CGI character, human like character, that interacted with everyday people was
Hmm.
amazing. Technologically speaking, from an artistic standpoint, it's absolutely nuts what they were able to accomplish. And
Like it looked real.
yes, yes, like it for a TV show, it's kind of it's really impressive.
Mm-hmm.
And
I get what you mean.
yeah, it was super impressive. You know the technicality of it was super impressive, and I really enjoyed the show for what it was. You know, I think a lot of people kind of got hung up on the idea of um, I think people weren't ready for the third wall. I'm sorry, the fourth wall breaking of the TV show.
Oh.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people were used to Deadpool doing it, but seeing another character, which technically she is the character that started the fourth wall breaking in the comics. It wasn't
Oh, really?
Deadpool. Yeah, yeah, she was one of the
Hmm.
originals. So the fact that she was doing it on her show was awesome, but
Mm-hmm.
um, I think it was hard for people to kind of wrap their heads around that concept. And honestly, a lot of the naysaying about that show really came from the incel community.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I do remember that. Um,
I,
I
I
think
tried
it
to
might
ignore it
also
for the most
be
part.
it's the best you can do, right? But
Right?
I think the reason why people were so taken aback by that is because you don't experience that sort of thing with Hulk at all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
At least I don't know. I haven't read the comics, so um, y- so it's like you've watched the movies, you've experienced what the Hulk is like, and
Mm-hmm.
then all of a sudden there's this counterpart who is supposed to be like Hulk, but then she starts breaking the fourth wall. It's like the Hulk doesn't do this. That's weird, you know?
It throws people off.
Um, yeah. So I
Yeah.
think that's why, but I definitely do get the I definitely did see a lot of the insult
Oh, there were so
community.
many of them, man. So many.
Just like I don't want to read any of this. This is making me low-key kind of sad.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
gonna turn it off.
It's true.
But I'll give it a watch, yeah.
It's
There's
it's like it's a comedy through and through, right? It's not like
mhm,
a I wouldn't say like if you're tuning in to find like a lawyer drama, it's not really that. It kind of mixes some some cases into the action, but for the most part, it's a comedy, and so
mm.
I think people weren't. I honestly, I think people just weren't ready for a comedy coming from the MCU, and so
Oh, okay.
yeah, they just kind of they crapped on it hardcore,
Mm.
and plus,
It's
like,
definitely
yeah,
mhm.
people weren't
Um,
ready for that type of humor.
hmm, interesting. But I will give it a watch. There's that, and then there's the the Marvels. I don't remember the name of it.
Oh yeah, the
The
Marvels. That's the one with Captain
is that it?
Marvel. Yes, it was Miss
Okay.
Marvel, Captain Marvel, and dang it, who was the third woman's name? Photon, I believe her name is. see how long
I
is her. Here we go.
don't remember, but I'll have to watch that. Um, I finished watching Agatha All Along
Oh
very
yeah,
recently,
yeah, that
just
one's
'cause
pretty good.
that's my jam. That sort of like witchy
Yeah.
type characters.
And how good is that song, man?
It's so it's so simple, but
Yeah, it gets stuck in your head.
it's pretty good. They did great. Nice jingle. I'll probably rewatch Loki just because Loki is my favorite
Yes. Yeah.
anti-hero.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's my favorite anti-hero. Turned hero. I would argue
Yeah.
he turned into a hero
Oh,
in the
definitely
end.
by the end. Yeah.
Is that do you know if that canon to the comic books or is that something that Disney came
Yes.
up with?
So in the comic books, he does become the Lord of Time for a short stint.
Spoilers, everybody who hasn't
Oh yeah,
watched
spoilers for
Loki.
anyone who hasn't seen it. Oh, by the way, hi Doc Ock, thanks for joining us, and Sandlot,
Hey.
thanks for joining us again, man. We appreciate you guys coming on. But yeah, he does in the comics. He becomes the Lord of Time for a little while.
Okay, that's
Um,
pretty cool. For a
yeah,
little while.
yeah. It's gonna.
Okay, don't okay,
I'm
don't
not gonna.
spoil it. Don't
I'm
spoil it.
not gonna spoil anything, but Secret Wars is gonna be crazy.
I mean, it it's already kind of crazy, but
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, to
excited.
say the
I'm
least.
so excited. I have to say with the whole first arc of Marvel, like
Mm-hmm.
I was saying it also, I I feel like maybe we won't get to experience that feeling again of just like the last movie coming out and then seeing people dying, like seeing Iron Man die. Spoilers again, if you have lived
Spoilers.
this long
Spoilers.
to not see
Yeah,
Infinity War? That's the one, right?
yeah.
Or
That's
is it
a yeah.
Endgame?
No, it's
Is it
Infinity
Endgame?
War where all the deaths happen.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. And then
I thought it was Endgame.
Endgame
Where
is
where
the
Iron Man
second.
dies, right?
Yes, Endgame is where Iron
Yeah, yeah,
Man
yeah.
dies, and Infinity War is whenever everyone kind of ashes away.
They blip.
Yeah, they blip. Yeah, exactly.
They just blip. That I mean that did hit hard too, but I
Oh
don't
yeah.
think we're gonna experience anything. I mean, we might, but
I don't know,
Iron
man.
Man and the Iron
I
Man
don't want
and
to say too much because
the
it's gonna get
main.
nuts.
Of course, I'm
Uh
sure
huh.
it will. I just don't think I have that much of a connection with any of the
Oh,
heroes right now,
the
like
new
I did
characters.
with
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I see
except
what you
for
mean.
Loki. If Loki
She's
he
like, if
dies,
Loki dies, we riot.
if Loki dies again because he died like what, 5 times?
At least.
Stupid bastard.
He pretty much makes it his career to die at least once
To
or
die.
twice.
But yeah, I love that guy. Um, I'll go into my second movie now.
Yeah,
I
go
don't know how
ahead.
long it's been. My second movie, my favorite movie of all time, um, maybe ties with first, is Howl's Moving Castle.
Oh man,
Um,
that's such a great
had to
movie.
put a, yeah, had to put a Ghibli film in there. Ghibli?
Hell yeah.
Ghibli?
Ghibli? I usually just
Is
say
it Ghibli?
Ghibli. Yeah.
Ghibli? That one. Had to put it in there. That one's my favorite of the studio. Um, just because I really like the arc that Sophie goes through, just
Mm-hmm.
learning to love yourself and find beauty in yourself. And I really like Owl as a character. He's this really cool, powerful, badass wizard who also feels flawed whenever his hair doesn't turn out the color he wants it to, like
Yeah.
he's very self-conscious and I love that. Um and he's a dream book. Love Hal.
Right. He's a handsome
he's
man, that guy.
he's a hot. Um uh but yeah, if you want to go into your second film.
You know what? Before we do, I wanted to ask you: do you prefer the dubbed Howl's Moving Castle or the subbed? Like, do you like the voice
Um,
actors of the dubbed?
I actually don't mind the dubbed.
Oh,
Like,
dude, the dubbed sounds
I'm
so
actually okay
good.
with it.
Yeah,
Yeah, they did a great
they
job.
did a really good job. I'm
Think,
not. Whenever it comes to dubbed versus sub, I usually try not to put too much weight behind the sub purists out there. You know,
Mhm.
because I think voice acting has gotten to it's well beyond what it used to be, right?
It's gotten really good.
Yeah, and
Hmm.
so I really don't put too much weight but behind uh I try not to allow myself to get caught up too much between that war. I mean, I do
I
love watching
I feel you.
subs because I really do like listening to the voice actors that they use because these guys go through like years of training to it's almost like going to an idol school for them. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah.
So it's you can hear the skill and perfection in their voices. But in the same token, like the American dubs have gotten really good too. And like I
Mm.
guess it just depends on the property because some like for instance with Dragon Ball, I grew up listening to the English dubs. Those are gonna be the dubs for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't watch the Japanese.
Oh, dude, I can't.
Um, I
Yeah,
can't watch it to save my life. I can't take how Goku sounds.
like an
I
old
get it.
lady.
I get it. I get it. I get why, but I
But I
also
can't.
don't get why.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Like I get that they wanted to um I get that they wanted to keep the same voice actor from whenever he was a kid, but
yes.
the Japanese or like all voice acting um companies will use women for the small boy voices, right? Because they can
Yeah.
hit those tones and pitches. That makes total sense. But once they become grown, to me, it doesn't make
Not
sense to
necessary.
keep the same voice actor.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. But
They did that for Naruto,
yeah,
which she
it's
did a good job keeping
mm-hmm,
up with his voice as he grew up.
right.
Um, they did that with I don't know why they did it with what's his name? Luffy? Like
Yeah, yeah.
I can't do One Piece just because of Luffy's voice.
It just
Not
sounds
just
too
because.
weird,
The
huh?
art style I can't do it, but can't do the art style for One Piece. But the s- the Japanese voice actor for Luffy does get on my nerves. I can't I want to watch it, guys. I want to watch One Piece, but I can't do it.
I want to watch One Piece, but I'm gonna have to watch the condensed version. Like, so you know how they're
I
doing the
yeah,
reboot
I
now
think
one,
I'll
right?
yeah, I think I'll have to wait for that. Do you think they're gonna change the voice actors or do you think they're gonna keep them?
I don't know. I actually I haven't heard what they plan on doing with that, but I hope that they update. Although I don't know how much you can update without alienating a huge fan base,
Mm, yeah.
because those guys, once certain people are used to a voice, as long as the voice actor is still alive, they rarely change it.
Mhm.
But I would like for them to try somebody new. It doesn't have to be anything extreme. Just, I mean, they can even
Maybe
try
a
to replicate the voice a little bit, but
just a
yeah,
little bit of change, just a little tiny
yeah.
bit.
I'm gonna have to catch that because I don't think I can watch over 1,000 episodes of a show at this point in my life. I just don't have the bandwidth for that, man.
Maybe I'll just watch a video that says TLEW.
Dr. This is what happened. Yeah. This is what happened. But since they're releasing the reboot, that it's gonna be a little bit more digestible. And then I've also been watching the Netflix live action, which we were just talking about live action adaptations of anime. that
Mm,
live action adaptation on Netflix is so good, man.
really?
Yeah. And I'm talking
I've
about,
heard good things.
yeah, I'm talking about, of course, I'm somebody who never watched the original anime, so I'm coming at this as a fresh eyes. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah, you're a new pending
Yeah,
fan.
yeah, new pending fan, and I really enjoyed it. Um,
Okay.
my wife really enjoyed it, so it did what it was supposed to do. It got new viewers' eyes on the property, and it opened it up for a whole new generation, I think. And then, of course, the new animated series is aimed to do the same thing, I'm sure. But yeah, I don't think I can invest the time for 1,000 plus episodes. I would lose it.
Well, if you recommend it, I'll definitely give it a watch. Cause I just, like I was saying,
Mm-hmm.
it's not impossible to adapt a animated film to live action. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just
Yeah,
saying it's harder
definitely.
because of what you can achieve with animation. Like,
Yes.
especially with One Piece characters specifically, they do these like superpower moves. Like Luffy
Oh
is a
yeah.
stretchy guy. Like
Mm-hmm.
that just in live action, I'm pretty sure they did it well. It can give uncanny valley vibes
Yeah.
because humans don't stretch like that.
Exactly.
Whereas in animation, you you can do that and it'll look completely normal
Yeah, it'll look
because
fine.
it's animation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so I'll maybe there's just a disconnect that you have to have like a suspension of
Of
disbelief.
disbelief a
Is it
bit.
disbelief?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I don't know. I think I just have such a hard love for animation that it makes it hard to. It's
No, I
like,
get
why
it.
would I watch this if I can just watch the animated property
Yeah.
and I will probably love it way more? Um,
No, you make a good point because
mhm,
I do believe that certain properties in animation, you're just allowed to get away with so much more. You're allowed
mm,
um, to explore techniques so much easier with
yeah.
animation, and it's just your imagination's allowed to run wild, and you don't have a budget to have to worry about um, outside of how long are you willing to pay your animators. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, that One Piece adaptation, and I say it's an adaptation because it's condensing a lot of the storylines from what I've read. So
Mhm.
I don't think anyone should go in expecting um, a faithful adaptation of the original anime, right? Know that it's going to be super condensed, but
Mhm.
for all the condensing that they did, I think they did an awesome job. Like, I'll definitely be watching season 2 whenever that comes out.
Okay. Dr. Ox says Attack on Titan live action was as with two Z's.
What's ass?
And that's how you know he's
Every
serious
Yeah,
about it because he used the
two seasons.
uh
Everything that I heard about that adaptation was pretty terrible.
I'm gonna be honest with you, there's a live action of Attack on Titan?
Yes, there is, but it's a Japanese production.
Okay,
Yeah, it's a Japanese production, and it does not hold up well, unfortunately.
really? That
Yeah.
kinda sucks.
Yeah, it kind of does. Like it's one of those things like you wish they could have like done something with, because obviously the property is freaking awesome. As
Mhm,
I've been a fan of Attack on Titan because I enjoy the concept.
mhm.
Of course, going towards the end, it gets a little weird. But but I really enjoyed the anime. I never saw the live action adaptation. Um, A human judo flipped a titan? Was it a tiny titan? What? Oh no. And doesn't it take place in modern day too, Doc Ock? If I remember correctly? I think it takes place in modern day, which completely a big ass titan? No way, dude. Yeah,
Just with his hands. Just with
yeah.
his bare
I'm not.
hands.
I'm not watching that anytime soon. that's that's too weird, man.
Speaking of live action
Mm-hmm.
remakes of stuff, I remember watching M. Night Shyamalan
Oh no!
um
Don't mention
production
it. Oh
of
no!
Avatar. Yeah. And so
Yeah.
we already knew it was bad, but me and
Yes,
my
we
friend
did.
were like, let's just hate watch it. So we watched it
Yeah.
and we didn't even like we were underage, so we didn't get drinks.
Uh huh.
Um
So you couldn't be
so we were
inebriated enough to
completely
watch it.
sober. Yeah,
Oh no,
we were completely sober.
you poor souls,
Um
you.
but we were just yelling at the screen like, "What is this?
What are you
What?
doing? Why is Aang
What?
so damn serious?
Why are they saying ong? What? Why are
Ong.
they saying? Yeah.
You know there are a couple of things. There are a couple of things that weren't that bad about it. For instance,
So,
I did enjoy M. Night Shyamalan making each Fire Nation a different ethnicity that corresponded closer to the element that they bended, right? I thought that was a cool touch to it. It
okay, each of the nations.
yeah, exactly, each of the nations.
Hmm.
So it really did give the it made the world feel a little bit more lived in, you know?
Yeah.
I like that he gave each bending fighting style its own style. So I think
Mhm.
like for rock bending, he made them do like heavy karate moves, and then for like water bending, they did tai chi and just he used different martial arts for each bending style, right? Which I was like,
Yeah.
okay, that's awesome, right? That makes sense. It makes he fleshed out the world, right? But my God, did he miss the point of Avatar: The Last Airbender? He just kind of, dude. How do I put it? He took the concept, which, on its face, super serious, right? I think we can
Yeah.
all admit that Avatar is theme wise is heavy. It's heavy,
It
man.
is.
We're talking about a
Mhm.
kid that loses his entire nation, that practically goes extinct, and he has to bring it back, and then he has to deal with being the Avatar that's supposed to save a world that's at war, and then he's going
And
up
he's a
against this.
12-year-old
Yeah,
kid.
he's a
Yeah.
12-year-old kid. He has to go up against this fire-bending dictator, who's going to be empowered by an asteroid. That's some
Mhm.
heavy shit at the end of the day.
Yeah.
but M. Night Shyamalan, my guy, it was originally a property for kids. There was some humor in it. And that humor and the good times and the childlike interactions is what made you root for the airbending team, the Avatar team, right? It made you
Mhm.
relate to them. It made you care for them. And
Yeah.
if you just simply always showed them sad all the time, you don't care about somebody who's constantly sad. You got to see them during their good times, and then you got to put
Mhm.
them through the shitter. You know what I mean?
That was also part of his arc, is that and reminder, he is a 12-year-old kid, so he's
Exactly.
allowed to be silly,
Mm-hmm.
but that was part of his arc is um
He didn't take it
going
serious
past,
enough.
yeah, going
Yeah.
past his aloofness, going past
Mm-hmm.
his n- and yeah, he was unserious about it, but also him pushing off his duty because
Right.
of
Right.
fear, you know?
Yeah.
That's part of his arc, and to have him just be a serious kid because his whole entire family, essentially, his entire tribe was
Was
killed,
killed. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. and him accepting like his duties early on through that seriousness without having that character growth, yeah, misses the point. Like it
Yeah,
misses the
exactly.
point
It
of the
misses the
character
whole
itself.
point.
Yeah. And it also that also teaches a child audience, like,
Yeah, it
yeah,
helps them
you're
go through
allowed
their
to be a kid.
emotions. Yeah.
Yeah, you're allowed to be a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think I've heard. I will also say that the costume design for M. Night Shyamalan's adaptation is really good.
Oh
Like he
yeah,
did a
yeah,
great.
for sure.
The well, I don't know if it's him. Whoever is the lead
Yeah,
costume designer for that show,
killed
for the
it.
movie, yeah, did a great job. I will say I haven't watched the adaptation Netflix has done, but I've seen a lot of critiques from
I have
people
not
who
seen that
love.
either. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of critiques of people who love the show.
Mm-hmm.
They say that this one misses the mark too,
Ah,
because
crap.
they uncharacterized like um Katara, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Um, how she was very like uh for justice, for
Yeah,
very like, we got to do this thing, it's the right thing. They kind of toned her down for whatever reason.
that's odd.
um they removed um Sokka's characterization of being kind of
Womanizing
what's the
jerk.
word? uh Womanizing, not the word I'd use, but being like, oh, I'm a man, like, toxic
Oh, the
masculinity.
toxic
Yes.
masculinity of it all. Yeah,
They
yeah.
removed they removed that from him. Like, I'm the
Why? He's
warrior.
supposed to grow
There's
from
no
that.
way. That's part of, yes.
Yeah, that's part of his
They
arc.
removed they removed that because I guess they don't want to offend people. But you see him grow from that. Like especially in, what is it, episode 2, when he
Mm-hmm.
meets the Kyoshi warriors. Like
Oh
he
yeah,
gets
and they
he
kick
gets
his ass.
he learns so quickly.
Yeah.
Yes. So I don't understand why they had to just remove that initially from his character.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
Like that teaches, and
Yeah.
they again make Aang a very serious character. Not very serious, but they just say that he only ever mentions being a silly guy, but they don't ever show him being a silly guy. So it's like, what is the point then? Like when he
Yeah. It
it's
sounds
so
kind of like
sad.
a yeah, that is super sad. Like I remember the first time I remember seeing the trailer to M. Night Shyamalan's movie. I forgot what movie I was watching at the time, and I was familiar. I had watched the Avatar series, I had loved it, and whenever I saw that trailer and I saw M. Night, because I'm also an M. Night Shyamalan fan, right? There's a
Hmm.
lot of his movies that I liked. And so I was like, oh man, what is he gonna do with this property? This is gonna be crazy. And
Hmm.
then what happened.
Yeah, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like what
What the
what the
fuck, dude?
hell, man? And I'm
You're
disappointed to hear that the um live action TV show has also screwed the pooch on that one. That's
Mhm.
kind of depressing cuz wasn't that one supposed to be led by one of the show creators, or did he drop out or something to that degree?
No, so they were early in production. They were in on helping with the filming of the show.
Yeah.
Um they were promised that, hey, none of your property is going to be changed. You guys will have your hand in the jar at all times, like,
Right,
because this
right.
is your property.
Mhm.
I think maybe like a year or two in, they saw that that wasn't being acknowledged anymore. So they were just
Oh
like,
no.
okay, you guys can just whatever, we're out,
Yeah.
which is really disappointing because it's one, you have this amazing show to just watch
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
just study. You have the material. It is right there.
It's there.
You have
You really
an
don't have to
open book
deviate that much.
test. Yes. Two, you had the teacher, like the people who made the property.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that you can take a property and like not completely change it. You just take the story notes
Mm-hmm.
and you change it up a little bit and tell a different story. You
Yeah.
can do that.
You can do
That's
it. It's not too
that's
hard.
why there's so many iterations of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, okay?
Yeah,
But
yeah, exactly. As long as you
but you
get the
can't
basic characterization right, it shouldn't
yes, you
be
can't
too hard.
deviate.
I know
But yeah.
it's like I think over the years, whenever I was younger, I used to be super excited about live action adaptations of things because I, for whenever I was younger, for everything to exist on the page or on a cartoon is one thing, right? But the idea of that property coming into your real world, whenever I was younger, I loved the idea of that, right? Maybe I liked the art behind it. Like, what would it take to bring that character into our world, right? Into the 3D realistic looking world. What would that look like?
Yeah.
And what could we
Hmm.
do, right? And then over the years, I think I've just gained a greater appreciation for the source material. Like, I do still like to see certain properties turned into live action as long as it's done faithfully,
Hmm.
But I've just grown to kind of just enjoy the source material, and if there is going to be an adaptation, going with low expectations, know that it's just a translation of what you grew up with, and that it's not really going to be a one-to-one port over, and you know, enjoy it or not enjoy it for what it is. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah. No. Yeah, I
Like,
get you.
I remember, like, for instance, the next movie that is on my list is The Matrix, right? So,
Hmm.
whenever The Matrix came out, it was the first rated R movie I had ever seen as a young adult slash teenager, right? I came from a very religious household, so I couldn't watch rated R movies until I got older, right? And whenever The Matrix came out, me and my dad thought it was super cool. And my dad goes, "It's rated R, but it's probably just a lot of fighting. It's cool. We can go watch." So he takes me to see The Matrix, and it was the first time where I had watched a movie where it was like, and mind you, at this time I was watching anime, right? So whenever I had seen the movie, it was the first time I had seen kung fu stylized in that way, while at the same time seeing some anime influence in a movie, right? And I got super excited, bro. I was just like, oh, dude, if they're doing this in a movie and they're pulling it off and it looks good, like, imagine what they're going to be able to do with a Dragon Ball Z movie next, right? And then we got Dragon Ball Evolutions, and I died inside.
Yeah, that's one of those we don't mention that.
Bro, I was. And it's funny because me and all my buddies went to go see that one in the theater.
Oh.
we we were so excited for it. I remember watching it and just thinking to myself, like, why would they do that to us?
It's like the biggest Rickroll ever.
It wasn't even Dragon Ball. It wasn't even Dragon Ball Z. It was something
Really?
completely different, man. And they dragged poor Chow Yun Fat into it, and I thought he was gonna be one of the saving graces, and he wasn't. And I don't know, man. Like, it just feels bad. You know what I mean? It just feels real bad.
Honestly,
But
I haven't watched that one. I'm too
you,
scared to.
oh, you're lucky. You're super lucky
Yep,
for
I
that.
have not laid eyes
It's
on that.
but here's the thing. Here's the thing. I would suggest probably trying to watch it, but feel free to be inebriated whenever you do.
Probably.
It'll
That's
probably be
probably what
funny. It would probably be funnier if you were inebriated. Me and my friends were completely sober at the time. It was all kinds of bad. Um,
it
I mean, they
Oh.
dragged poor Chow Yun Fat into it, man. The poor guy. He probably had high hopes himself.
Just to tell people in the room that don't know people, who's that?
Right, right. Oh, Chow Yun Fat. Okay. Anybody who doesn't know Chow Yun Fat, he is a kung fu movie legend. This guy. As a kid, I grew up watching kung fu movies all the time, so I was introduced to Chow Yun Fat pretty early in my life. Let me see what was the first movie I had ever watched of his. I think it was Into the West, but let me be sure. Chow Yun Fat. Let's see, what was the first movie? Um. Obviously, he's in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. He plays one of the main characters outside of Zhang Zi.
Okay.
Um, if you've ever watched, man, hold on, let me pull up this guy's discography because it is huge.
So he played in the movie,
Yes,
or did
he
he help
played.
choreograph for the movie?
He was in the movie. He
Mhm.
played Master Roshi.
Oh, okay.
It's so
Did he
bad.
actually look like Master Roshi, or
No, he did not. No, they didn't do the turtle
so he was
shell.
not an
They didn't give
so
him
he
a
was not an
beard.
old dude?
Well, I mean, Chow Yun Fat, whenever it came out, he was old. I mean, he was at least in his late 50s, I think, whenever this movie came out. Let's see,
Mhm.
oh God, this came out in 2009. Jesus Christ, that's terrible. Um, see, I do remember him in Bulletproof Monk. Dang it, what was the first one I had ever seen Chow Yun Fat in? It was an old movie. I remember it used to come on Channel 8 like Saturday mornings. Me and my brothers used to watch the old school kung fu movies. It's gonna come to me later. I know it is, but yeah. So he's a legend amongst uh, actors that came out of China who would do kung fu movies, and he eventually transitioned into a number of American action movies. I think probably his most well known is going to be Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, but Bulletproof Monk came out shortly before then. Um, and then then he did Dragon Ball Evolution, and everyone kind of cried a little inside. But
Oh.
I had such high hopes, man. You don't understand. Like, obviously, being a Dragon Ball fan, right, is one thing, but also the um the after seeing the Matrix and what they can do with cinematography to make it look a little bit, to give the action a little bit more of an Eastern look, you know, was
Yeah.
was eye opening. And you were like, man, so if they do a Dragon Ball Z movie, then this thing's gonna be insane. It's gonna be so fun. And then that movie comes out. And at this point, I kind of want to make it my mission to have you watch it once. just
Uh,
just so you can see it. I can't
I'm a
be
little
the only
scared.
one. You can't be. But like I said, you kind of have to be a little inebriated. Just a little bit to have some fun with it, cuz it's pretty terrible.
All right. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, but but yeah, the second movie that's in my top 3 is definitely The Matrix before all the Manosphere and the Red Pill people screwed it up for me. I liked it before it was cool, man. I
I will
hate
have to actually give that a re-watch because I don't
you don't remember
remember
much of it.
much.
It
Yeah, I was
was
a little kid when it came out.
Yeah, it was so I mean, I was pretty damn young at the time too, and it was the philosophy behind the Matrix. It explores a lot of philosophy. It takes a lot of its influence from the East and the way that it's shot with its cinematography and its choreography. The fight scenes in the movie are so good. It was choreographed. I Just to give you a point of reference, the people that choreographed John Wick came from the Matrix stunt team. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, like that was some of their beginnings, and a lot of them came from the old school kung fu background, kung fu movie background as well, right? So they brought all that over with them, and it shows, and it looks fantastic, and the sci-fi of it is just so fun. I ended up collecting a related comic book series to the movie, because along with The Matrix was whenever the first movie came out, the Wachowskis also had a gigantic world that they created for The Matrix as well, and they ended up releasing or giving you previews of that world through a couple of other mediums than just the movie, right? So the movie first came out, and then they had a number of um, comic books that came out that was
Hmm.
drawn by the concept artist from the movie. So the artwork's really detailed and awesome. Then they came out with the Animatrix, and dude, if you ever get a chance to watch the Animatrix, I always highly, highly recommend it after watching the Animatrix. I mean, my God, is it so good? Doc Ock gets it. This guy gets it. Love the Animatrix. And you have to watch the Animatrix after the first one to get context more into the second and third movies.
Oh,
And then
really?
um, and then they also had video games. I almost forgot about that. The video games. They had, I believe, two video games that coincided with the movies and gave you further backstory into the Matrix world, and it was so expansive and good, and I ate it the hell up. And then, yeah, I honestly, the first one's really good. I was actually, oh yeah, the first video game, Doc Ock, for sure. I was also a fan of I was also a huge fan of the second and third movies. And then the fourth movie is a little rough to watch.
There's a fourth movie?
There is a fourth movie called The Matrix, uh, Matrix Revolution, I believe.
Wow.
Not Revelation, but Revolution or something. And that one came out years, almost decades after the first, and it doesn't hold up as well. The honestly, the philosophy behind it is still pretty sound, and they get really meta with the movie, but yeah, it doesn't really hold well. Keanu Reeves is older, Carrie Ann Moss is older. Yeah, it was taped during COVID as well, so I think it probably suffered from that a whole
Oh,
bunch.
okay.
But I still bought it just to have it in my collection because it does expand on the world. So
Be a true fan.
yeah, right. You gotta take the good with the bad.
Yep.
what was the what was your third favorite movie?
My third favorite movie is The Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
I
It's
had to look this one up because I don't remember this movie. Explain it a little.
yeah. It's about this guy. He's just a regular dude who works at the for the Life magazine. Do you know
Mm-hmm.
that magazine?
Yeah.
He works as the developer of the photos
Yeah.
and for
Oh.
the magazine,
Mm-hmm.
and the the magazine is shutting down,
Ooh.
and he basically is on this mission to track down the last photo, the meaning of life, the magazine, but it could be two different takes, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, Premise is that this guy basically lives his entire like excitement of life in his head. Like he doesn't do anything like out of the ordinary. He doesn't adventure or do anything like crazy, but
Yeah.
having to look for this photo, he actually does end up doing like crazy things, and he, yeah, basically does find the meaning of life, which is,
Nice.
it's not that you live it all in your head. You have to kind of get out of your comfort zone and do, you know, jump out and do what you need to do
Oh, I like
to
that.
live life.
I like that
Yeah.
concept a lot. It's. I like the cerebralness of it all. It kind of reminds me a little bit of. Did you ever watch Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind?
I did end up watching it after um Ariana Grande released her album
Mm-hmm.
Eternal Sunshine,
Yeah.
and it, yeah, it does pay homage to
Oh, it
that
does. I
movie.
didn't know that. That's pretty cool,
Yeah.
actually.
And like her music video kind of touches on it, and then the title of the song
Mm-hmm.
and the album kind of touches on it.
Yeah.
And and it
That's pretty
also
cool.
just, yeah, it touches on her breakup with her ex-husband,
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yeah.
think it's her like commenting like, is it better to have it, same as the movie, like is it
Yeah.
better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all,
Mm-hmm.
Is it better
Mm-hmm.
to just not have, is it okay to have gained these good memories but still the hurt,
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
opposed to just not having gained any of those at all, you know?
Mm-hmm. It's a
And
tough one.
yeah, I cried.
Yeah. Yeah, I did too. I ain't gonna lie.
Uh, Good movie.
It's one of those movies that a turned me on to Jim Carrey as a serious actor. Didn't expect that
Yeah,
one. That's for damn sure.
me too.
Um, and I loved. So does the Secret Life of Walter Mitty kind of um explore that same um kind of surreal trippiness, the way he lives in his head and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, all the
Oh,
time. Like
nice.
it just some crazy stuff will happen.
Yeah.
Um that you but then you're like, "Oh no, he's dreaming this in his head." But then
Oh,
there's
I
just
love stuff
stuff
like
that
that.
does
Yeah.
happen and it's like, "Nope, this is real. Like this is happening.
Oh no.
Like get up."
Yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't get too out of pocket.
Mm-hmm.
It's really just a feel good movie. I think this is on par with Disney film. Is it Pixar? It's an
Pixar. Yeah.
animated film
Uh huh.
that came out recently. It's called Soul.
Yes.
Um
Yes.
if you
I've
haven't,
watched that
it's
one.
so good.
Mm-hmm.
It has that same feel, but the main character doesn't die in Walter Mitty. So
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
um but yeah, it's a feel good movie to remind you, like, if you're feeling down about,
Yeah. Whatever
life.
life may be throwing at you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's one of those movies I like to watch and just be like, yeah, you know what? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You're like,
Life.
hey, sometimes you could take really good lessons from art. It's the reason why we love art, right?
Yeah, exactly. Mhm. So definitely recommend that.
I'm
You
gonna have
guys
to
need to
check
watch
that out.
something.
That seems like the
Yeah.
kind of movie I can get lost in pretty easy. And I every once in a while I like to watch movies that kind of like hit you real deep, and so you kind of get that cathartic tear out or two.
Mm. Well, not anything. I think this one's much more, way sillier
Mm-hmm.
than Soul. Like Soul will make you cry,
Oh yeah,
and it
yeah.
did. It made me cry. But I think this one's just a good feel good movie.
I'm gonna have to check that out. Plus, I'm a big fan of Ben Stiller, so I've liked a good
He's
majority of the
so
stuff that he makes.
he's so cute. I I watched. Yeah, I remember
Mm-hmm.
watching that movie and being like, "This guy's cute. This dude."
And plus, this is more of a serious role that he plays. Again, it's another comedian taking on a serious role. It's like, why are comedians so good at drama?
Yeah, I have to watch another comedian. I have to watch some of Robin Williams's
Oh,
more
dude,
serious works because I don't think I have.
dude.
But I would love
If I
to.
could suggest anything, um, I would suggest Goodwill Hunting. That's probably his most famous one, right?
Okay.
Really, really good. And then the other one that is surreal and it's a complete mind fuck. And again, you don't want to watch this unless you're ready to cry. Is What Dreams May Come. My
Mm.
God. Um, and then if you want to see him a little bit psychotic, you want to watch either Insomnia or 24-hour photo. And both of
Oh, I've
those,
watched 20 or 4-hour photo.
oh, dude, 24-hour photo is so good. He plays
So
such a psychotic role in that one.
such a creepy dude.
Exactly, exactly. Like how
How
he's a
does this
he's
wholesome
the
guy?
yeah, he's the genie from Aladdin. What is he doing?
Why are you stalking this family?
I know, right? But my God, does he do a good job of it? It's
You're
insane.
such a good actor. Yeah.
Yeah, he was such a good actor. I still get sad knowing that we don't have him anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
But he lived a good life and
oh yeah, he left a
he
good
touched a
mark.
lot of people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he left a good mark on people, and that's the only thing you can hope, right?
Hmm.
Leave a good memory behind.
Yeah. He sure
What
did.
what did So I guess my third movie is an animated one, which is
Mm.
my Studio Ghibli movie is Princess Mononoke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Princess Mononoke has always that was my first Studio Ghibli movie. Um,
Hmm.
so I'm a little biased, but B, just Princess Mononoke is a vibe, man. It's just such a it, I love the themes of the movie. It has an environmental theme to it. Um,
Mhm.
I love the moral gray area that the movie walks, because throughout the movie you don't know whether to side with the humans or side with the animals the entire time. Both of them do pretty shitty things. Um,
Yeah.
and of course, it's just Studio Ghibli, and it just kind of you can't help but to be transported to another world every time you watch one of his movies. Um, and then I'm a big fan of the dubbed version of the movie too. That one surprise. I mean, I don't know what it is about Studio Ghibli and being able to get like extraordinary actors for to voice over their films. I don't know how they do it.
Got a good budget.
Yeah, right. But and this was way before Disney acquired Ghibli, right? So I mean, dang. But such a good movie. I love the design to a majority of it. Um, uh, I don't know. I don't know what else to say about Studio Ghibli other Princess Mononoke other than if for me, it's one of the studio's peak films.
Mm. I'll have to give it a rewatch because I have watched it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I
But it's been
think
a couple of
maybe
years.
like I like it. I think maybe I don't like it as much as other Ghibli films
Mm-hmm.
because it does touch on that bleak subject matter
Yes, it does. And it
as
it's
opposed to it having like which they all kind of do, but I feel like other ones have little happier endings than
yeah, yeah. It definitely treads a morally gray area, which I guess that was the one of the things that I really liked about it is that there was no. I guess it's kind of that way with most of Studio Ghibli movies, because Howl's Moving Castle is kind of the same way. Whereas Princess Mononoke is commentary on environmentalism and the human effects on environment, right?
Mhm.
Um, Howl's Moving Castle is a commentary on war, and how it can uh, really it's just a commentary on war and the destruction caused by it, and the
Mhm.
people who are pretty much the fingers and the movers and shakers. Like it was. I mean, but then I don't know. I don't know. Studio Ghibli is just it's just one of those studios, man. Like they always create peak. Like we ended up buying. Did you ever see Ponyo?
I saw a little bit of Ponyo.
Yeah,
I
Ponyo.
think I didn't watch Ponyo
Uh huh.
all the way through and I guess really like it. Like I think it's cute, but I
Yeah.
don't think I really watched it all the way through because of the advertisement for it. I
What did
remember
they?
I
How did they advertise it? I don't remember.
it was just really to me and this is why I haven't watched Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Sorry to hurt people's feelings. Um because people like the advertisements for it felt really obnoxious for me.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know. Maybe I was a
Okay.
pretentious kid without being pretentious. Like, "Oh, man, that's, like, everywhere. I don't wanna watch it. Everyone loves Attack on
Oh, I
Titan.
see
I
what you
don't wanna
mean.
watch it," you
Yeah,
know?
I get
Um,
it. I get it. I've done that to a couple of properties myself. I can't I can't shit on you for it. I've done it too.
um, but yeah, what were you saying about Ponyo?
Oh well, I just thought that it's that one has much more of a because I think Ponyo was specifically made for kids, and that one has much more of a black and white narrative to it. Kind of like
I think
even
so. Yeah.
even like the
Mhm.
Secret World of Arietti. Did you ever see that one?
That yes, I did. I love
Yeah,
that. I love that one.
yeah, that one has the same type of story structure. So yeah, I thought those were really interesting. But yeah, yeah, that would be my top three for movies. Let's see, where should we go next? So movies to TV shows.
Sure.
You want to start with your top three TV shows, or at least the first one?
Okay. My first top TV show, one I put in the background all the time whenever I draw or paint or whatever, will be The Office. I
Nice.
freaking love The Office. I remember you saying, was it you, that you don't like The Office?
No. Well, to be honest, I've never seen it, so I can't say whether or not I like it or hate it. Um, I have, I think so. I'm like you in the sense that whenever something is super popular, it's really hard for me to. I don't know why. I think I'm just kind of an idiot where like I automatically like I'll catch it whenever I catch it.
Oh, okay.
And it's such a dumb thing because I end up losing out on watching so many awesome properties. But that one I've only seen clips from it, and all the clips that I see of it, I think is pretty good. Like I don't have a problem with that at all. I just it's kind of like it's the Game of Thrones syndrome for me. So like I always have friends that'll come up
Um,
to me and they'd be like, "You gotta watch Game of Thrones. You gotta watch Game of Thrones. It's right up your alley. You gotta watch Game of Thrones." And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, 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 man. I'll catch it. I swear I'll catch it. I'll catch it. Don't worry. I'll watch it eventually." And then I never watch it, and then like it ends up being that the ending gets spoiled for me, or I've seen so many clips of it that at this point like I've kind of watched it through osmosis, you know what I mean?
yeah, no, I get you.
And it feels that way with The Office, right? Like for the most part, especially since it's kind of episodic, there's some overarching plots, but for the most part it's from episode to episode. And
Mhm.
like I like a number of clips that I've seen from it. um I don't think I've ever watched a whole episode through. And I'm always, it's just like with the Game of Thrones, I never say it because I'm ashamed of it, because people are gonna be like, "What?" But like, don't be mad, I just have I just haven't
No,
seen it,
I
you
haven't watched Game of Thrones either.
yeah, like I know I would probably enjoy it if I gave it the proper amount of time to watch it. I just haven't done it. I just haven't done it yet. But what do you specifically like about The Office?
Um, I I really like that type of humor. It's just is it I don't think it's cringe humor. Well, some of it, a lot of first season is cringe humor though. Like it's stuff that's just like, "Oh, that's so bad." Like you
Like,
should
oh
not have
no.
said that. You should you should not have said that, you know?
Yeah.
But they tone it down a little bit in season 2 and going
Mm-hmm.
forward. From then on, it's just kind of stupid humor. Um which is, like I said, a feel good time for when
Yeah.
you just want to
Yeah.
shut your brain off
Yeah.
and you
Exactly.
just want to laugh. It's
Mm-hmm.
and then sprinkled in are these like really not really serious, but like human moments. People fall in love or that really it's a lot of love in the show
Oh, dude.
with
Yeah.
with yeah. And I think
Specifically,
it's
like.
cool.
Oh no. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'll talk
I
about
think
it in a
it's cool
second.
to like follow that sort of thing
Mm-hmm.
with these characters who you were just watching cuz for humor reasons and
Yeah.
then yeah, you get to learn a little bit more about them and how they affect their lives with each other, especially when we kind of, we live these 9 to 5 jobs. We meet these
Mm-hmm.
people at work and we kind of have the same interactions. It feels, um, I guess, real,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
taken away from it. I think that's why I like it. Just,
I think I was gonna mention that um I am familiar with one episode that always makes me tear up a little bit, and it's the episode where, what's her name? I think she's like the receptionist,
Cam,
brunette.
brunette.
Yeah,
Is
and
she brunette?
I don't know if she's brunette. Maybe is she a redhead?
Here, let me show
Yeah, show me.
Pam. Office.
Yes, her,
Is it
Pam.
this lady?
Yes,
Okay.
and she has an art show. Do you
Yeah.
know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, she has an art show, and then Steve Carell's character, who's the boss, right? He goes to the art show to support her, And I think I've seen that entire episode, and it was introduced to me through random clips, of course. And out of curiosity, I went to watch that specific episode, and it was it hits you. It hits you good.
It yeah, that one hits me too, because it's
Yeah,
like yeah, and how sincere he is, like
exactly. Yeah.
and it's so cute, it's such a touching moment,
Mm-hmm.
um, which he does which he does, ruin a little bit.
Well, he's
But
supposed to,
yeah,
right? You can't. You can't.
that's his
Yeah,
character,
that's his
but
character. Yeah.
it's just so touching to see that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Especially yeah, and as an artist, that's all you want is, like, a validation.
Yeah, somebody to notice your art. You know, somebody
Yeah.
to. Yeah, it's. I don't know. It speaks something deep. I think to us artists, and it definitely hit home for me, and it made me all kinds of. I was feeling all kinds of big feelings during that episode.
Yeah. That that's my top favorite show.
Let's see. So my favorite show, um, crap. I love a lot of different types of shows. But I find myself whenever like something that's really gonna grab my attention and make me watch is usually gonna be something like something that is a little bit more psychological thrillers and
Mm.
sci-fi. And if you can mix
Mhm.
both of those, like My Life is Yours, you know what I mean? Um, so whenever a show like Westworld first came out, um, holy crap, man! Like it got me right off the bat, and it forced me to pay attention all the way through. And it didn't let me go until the series was finally over.
Hmm.
It didn't. And it also helped that it had some amazing actors in it as well. I mean, like you have like Anthony Hopkins in like the first season. You know what I mean? Like you can't get much as far as like acting pedigree goes. You can't get much better than Sir Anthony Hopkins. I mean, the guy's been knighted for crying out loud.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't know that? Yeah, he's been knighted.
What?
Uh huh.
That's crazy.
Right.
So is this like a sci-fi
Yeah,
show
so
or
so it is a I would call it like a sci-fi drama, like a psychological thriller sci-fi drama.
okay.
Um, and without giving away too much, it takes place a little bit into the future. Um, and man, you can't really say much about this show without like really giving away some plot points. But
Mean if
uh,
you give so I'm the type where if you give away spoilers, maybe I'll watch it.
okay.
If it's something I'm invested in,
Mm-hmm.
definitely don't give me spoilers. But I don't know anything about this show, so definitely throw some spoilers in there, man.
Okay. All right. So the show starts off by throwing you into this Wild West kind of a setting, right? And you are witnessing somebody going to a town for the first time and kind of making their way. And as the show goes on, you end up realizing that everything that this character is interacting with is artificial. And that what it really is that people pay to go into this artificial world full is it an android if it's a fully autonomous machine? Or is it? Yeah, it's an android.
Yeah, it's
Full of
Android.
these android robots, and these android robots are pretty much acting out a individual's fantasy of living in the wild west and stuff like that, right?
Oh, okay.
And as the story goes, one of the androids start suffering from a glitch, to where it seems as if they're starting to become sentient, and
Oh,
then drama and insanity ensues from there. So
interesting.
yeah, so think of like this gigantic theme park that's based on the Wild West, and all of a sudden the automatons start gaining sentience, and that's what Westworld is, and it is so good. The soundtrack to that series is, oh my god, I have so many songs from that series. The actors in it, Jesus, so many good actors. Um, and it's just one of those shows that kind of just grabs your attention and just does not let it go. And that's because
That's good.
I'm not a big Western fan. I'm not a big Cowboys. You know, I never watch Western movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So the fact that this was able to kind of suck me in, even though it had that theme, is pretty. It's impressive, because
that's
it's a,
cool.
it's not easy. It's not that easy for things to catch my attention for very long. So the fact that this show is able to do that, I got to give it to it.
Yeah. Okay. And how old is this show?
Um, that's a good question. Let me see here. I believe Last World season 1. I believe season 1 came out in 2016.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's not well, I guess it is considered terribly old now, right? It's
No,
almost
it's
going to
not.
be
It's
almost going to
almost
be
10
10
years.
years. Yeah, it's almost going to be 10 years now.
Jeez.
Oh no. But the graphics of the show are really really well done. Even whenever it starts getting into the more sci-fi aspects of the show, like, it's so good. It's very much adult orientated, right? So, be prepared if you ever get a chance to check it out. Be prepared for nudity and stuff like that. But as long as you can get past some naked butts here and there, it's okay. It's pretty good.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. So, does it ever cut to the part where they're in the simulation, I guess?
Yeah,
Like
yeah. So it does
like
eventually. The sentient androids do end up getting to the point where they get out into the real world, and then you end up seeing not only Westworld, but then you end up seeing other worlds that this company has built that essentially rich people can
oh,
experience. So you end up seeing, like, there's like an Edo era Japanese world, and they have various different worlds, and they end up having like these. Eventually, it builds up to like a war of the worlds. um,
that's cool.
and then it bleeds over into the real world, which once it does that, like, you start seeing, like, how does this, and the main character of the show is an android, right? So you're essentially watching the main character kind of essentially try to live in the real world without being a real person, right? So they have to, and then of course they're the main character, to not give away too much, but the main character ends up not really being the good guy.
Oh,
But you
twist.
you you root for her the entire time. so and like, the reason why she is the way she is justifiable, right? So
Mhm.
it's such a good show. Highly recommend it, but it's gonna take it takes up a good chunk of your time, right? Each episode is about an hour. So yeah, you're not it's not for the faint of heart if you're looking for like a quick show to view.
Okay.
but what would be your second favorite TV show?
My second favorite would be iZombie.
Oh,
Have you
such a
ever heard of
good
it?
show. Yes, I watched that one. I think I caught almost all the seasons for that one. I was a huge fan of that one.
It
And not
was so
only because it
good.
was a comic book to begin with, but that also helped.
I I did hear that. Did
hmm
you read the comic book?
I did read a little bit of the comic book whenever the height of the show was out. But I wasn't familiar with the comic book until the show came out.
Mm, okay. I think I had heard as it was um being released the news on it that it
Mm-hmm.
was based off of a comic book series. I
Yeah.
have not seen anything of the comic book series. Maybe I should probably pick it up. I don't know. I don't have time these days. But
Yeah, I get it.
I am glad that I was able to watch this show because I like zombie properties.
mm-hmm.
Which is I don't know, kind of ironic because I can't watch them all that much. Um I
Is
mean
it?
I can watch them, but I
Yeah.
can't but I have to be like number 1, I can't be eating while I'm watching them
Yeah.
because
Yeah, I get it. You
like
get a little
I know it's
queasy.
I know it's fake.
I
No, it's
know,
not
but it's
real,
still
but I, I
it
can't
can still
do
be
it.
a
I
little
can't.
much.
Yeah, I can't eat while I'm
Yeah.
watching these things. Um, but one, yeah, I do like this one though because it does get scary, but it's not like what's that one film? 28 Days Later scary.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
that one's scary. And that one's heart-wrenching. Like, I haven't finished the movie, and it's I should probably and watch the new movies because I don't know how they are, but
Yeah,
now that I have
the 28
time.
days later, that's a hard film to watch um without feeling a sense of despair.
Yeah, but I feel like most zombie films are supposed to be like that just because it's not a happy situation to be in.
Right, but at least with iZombie um there is a higher level plot point that keeps you hooked in, right?
Yeah.
That
hmm
maybe she's gonna find a cure to this condition that she finds herself in, you know?
hmm It's not zombie apocalypse.
Exactly.
It's
It's
just a
not zombie apocalypse.
zombie that is in normal society trying
Yeah, yeah,
to
exactly. It's
find
like
a cure.
I would put it like it's like the initial breakout and like how
Oh yeah, basically.
yeah,
Yeah, but they're not your typical zombies.
yeah. They're not your
They're pretty
typical
human.
zombies, and then they
Yeah.
also they themselves don't want a breakout, you know. So they're
hmm
actively trying to um, thwart any kind of mass zombie apocalypse.
Yeah. I think I really liked premise for the show because it reminds me of the movie Warm Bodies.
Yes,
Have you
yeah,
ever watched that?
I've seen that
Yeah.
one. Mm-hmm.
Mhm. And I really liked that movie and you know, seeing this property where the zombies still retain some type of humanity just by eating brains
Mm-hmm.
was kind of cool. I thought that was pretty sick. So, man, one of my I used to rewatch that show over and over. I
mm-hmm.
don't do that anymore. I think just cuz I don't know why, but yeah, love that show. I
It's a really good show. I liked it. I kept up with it. How many seasons are there of that show?
think there's 5.
Yeah, yeah, that makes
Not
sense.
sure.
I was kind of bummed whenever they didn't finish it.
They did though.
Wait, the final season has closure?
Yeah,
What?
they finished it.
Did
Yeah,
I
it was
miss
very
something?
It was very rushed,
Oh
to be fair.
no. Maybe I missed it.
But but it is closure.
Huh.
You should watch it. It's probably not gonna be a
I
good payoff.
maybe I missed the last season then.
Yeah, let me look up how many seasons there are.
No, you're right.
But
There's 5 seasons in total.
okay,
I think I may have just missed the last season.
definitely give it a watch.
Yeah, I became a huge fan of what's her name? Rose McIver, I believe is her name. And then
The
I
main actress.
yeah, the main actress. And then I became a huge fan of her doctor best friend. What's his name?
Oh
Ravi.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that guy was hilarious. He
I'm so glad that they're in more properties.
exactly. And now I
Yeah, I
follow
love them
him on
both.
like TikTok cuz he does funny skits every now and again.
Oh, okay.
hmm
Okay, what's your second favorite
So,
TV show?
second favorite TV show is an oldie but a goodie, which is X-Files. And I think it's because of the same reason why I was into Westworld. It's pretty much the sci-fi high concept shows. I tend to like gravitate towards those.
Hmm.
And of course, I think everybody knows X Files at this point. Did you ever watch any episodes whenever you were younger?
No.
So
No, I
the
have not watched any X-Files.
yeah, I was such a huge fan of X Files as a kid. I think A because I was a little I was a little scared of scary movies whenever I was a kid. I my imagination was way too rampant as a kid, so it was really easy for me to scare myself. Um
Oh.
and I think X Files were one of those shows where it was just scary enough, but just sci-fi enough to where like I found a happy middle. And
Hmm.
then I just continued to kind of like fall deep into the lore of the X Files. I read a number of books from the author, um, and then I remember watching all the movies, and I had a gigantic crush on Gillian Anderson, and just all the teenage stuff. Until this day, I just got through hearing that what's his name? His name escapes me at the moment, but it is the um the director of the you know that new movie Sinners that just came out?
Yes.
Ryan Coogler, that's his name.
Okay.
Ryan Coogler is going to be rebooting the series. So freaking
Oh.
sign me up, man. I love watching sci-fi. Um, if I don't know, it's like if you can hook me in if you're making something about like aliens or androids or alternate dimensions. I mean, I can't get enough of that stuff, man. I don't know why. it's, it just scratches a nerdy part of my brain.
It's cool that they're rebooting it.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool too. Like I'm good with rebooting a franchise, and then Ryan Coogler, he's more than proven himself as being good sci-fi, um, a good sci-fi director and storyteller. So I got all the faith in the world in him. I mean, after everything that he's done with Black Panther, and then everything that he's done with Sinners, he can definitely carry the franchise if he wants to.
Yeah.
What would be your second favorite show? Or third,
Oh,
I guess.
my third would be The Good Place.
Oh, such a good show, man.
It's so good. Yeah.
So good.
Um It's it's an interesting take on the afterlife, for
Yes,
one. Um,
definitely.
the twist the twist of the in the first season. Wait
Mm-hmm.
a minute.
Wait a
This is
minute.
the bad
This
place.
is the
Yeah.
bad. The fact that it took the person to figure it out was like, what's her name? Kristen Bell's name in the show.
Oh, I don't remember. It's
I
been
don't
a
remember
while since I
either.
watched it.
But the fact that the sneakiest one in the show was the one to figure it out at the end of the day.
Yeah. Mhm.
It's
But
just
it
the
made
best.
sense that she figured it out though, because it's
Exactly.
like, I'm a bad person,
Mm-hmm.
so why am I here? And
Why
then
am
she
I in the
figures
good
out,
place?
wait, you're all kind of bad, like, by some standard.
Dude, and
Um,
then the final season. The final season almost broke me.
it's a
Oh
good
my
send
god.
off.
It is a
Yeah.
really good send off. It's such it I highly recommend it. Not only because of the comedic aspect of the show is really it's really funny. Um it really does, again, it's another show that plays with philosophy a lot, and I love that.
I love
Um
those sorts of things too, yeah.
yeah, yeah. I highly recommend it. Such a good show. Like, I wish I would have put more comedies in, but I can only pick three. You know what I mean? Like, there's there's so many that I like.
Mhm. That one's a good one. Go watch The Good Place.
Yeah,
It's
The Good
all out,
Place.
it's all finished.
Mm-hmm.
Great
It's wrapped up,
actors, great
done,
cast.
wrapped in a nice little bow.
Yep.
They actually
And
got to
what's
finish it.
yeah. What's your third?
The third one for me is gonna be a show that came out, I think, in the 2010s, if I'm not mistaken, called Fringe.
Mhm.
Um, and again, this is another sci-fi. Uh, it's another sci-fi adventure drama kind of a movie. It's
Mhm.
essentially about a um, I believe, I don't remember if they're FBI or CIA, where they discover that there's alternate timelines and that they have access to these alternate timelines, and then they end up I don't know, let me ban this bot that's in chat. Let's see, and then they end up uh it kind of became like a monster of the week kind of a TV show, much like the way
Oh,
X
okay.
Files was. So every week there would be this new multi-dimensional creature coming through, or virus, or there would be some happenings that would be going on, and then you end up falling for these two main characters, which one there is this woman who is a CIA agent, and this guy who was the guy is what was he? He was like the son of a famous scientist, and it was the famous scientist that made the discovery of the multiverse, and it was
Hmm.
his different tinkerings with the multiverse that essentially caused all these bad things to happen within it. So essentially, he was there to stop his own father. You know what I mean? But then, whenever he
Mhm.
finally found his father had lost all his memories. So then the father started helping him to kind of fix the multiverse. And then the father slowly regains who the person he used to be. And, then of course, like, he ends up becoming the big bad guy. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Yeah. And so then it ends up becoming this battle between father and son, and then this CIA agent that's trying to pretty much keep reality from falling apart. Super fun film, or I'm sorry, super fun TV show. Um, I would, if anybody likes X Files, if they want to watch X Files with a multiverse twist to it, then yeah, that's gonna be That's gonna be the show to watch. I, apparently, I have a type whenever it comes to shows.
Yeah, you do.
But
Did
it's
you know
fun.
that? Or
Yeah,
did you
right.
realize that?
I think whenever, so what I did was I'm such a collector, right? And I try to collect shows that I think that I would watch over and over again, and I'm afraid of like streaming services no longer carrying them. And so whenever
Oh,
I was
okay.
looking through my collection, I ended up noticing like, oh man, there's a theme going on here. But then I have other shows like, for instance, um, uh, um, honorable mentions would be like, did you ever watch a show called Chuck?
No.
No. So Chuck came
Familiar
out
though.
probably in the 2010s as well. It stars Zachary Levi, and it's about a nerd who, through an experiment, gains the he like downloads skills of a spy, and now a government agency is trying to track him down because he has this illegal download in his brain that allows him to do all this crazy, almost superhero type stuff. Um, and then the CIA agent who's in charge of tracking him down ends up becoming a love interest, and it's a comedy. It's a comedy through and through. It has action aspects to it, but it's overall just a comedy. It's just the funny thing is like he's a nerd that works for like Geek Squad and Best Buy. You know what I mean? And then there was also there's this show from the '90s called Dark Angel, and it's by Cameron. It's by Cameron. Oh, why can't I remember the director's name? Same director that did Avatar about the big blue
Okay.
people.
Mm-hmm.
Cameron. James
I don't
Cameron.
know.
James Cameron. There
Okay.
we go. James Cameron. And James Cameron created this show back in the day called Dark Angel, and it starred Jessica Alba whenever she was really young. She was like 18 ish, somewhere around there. And she essentially is a genetically modified super soldier. And it's a super cool show. It's from the 90s, and like the graphics don't hold up sometimes because this came out in the era of like Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Okay.
But it's such a good show, you know. And then yeah, man, and then all my other favorite shows are pretty much animated, so
Yeah.
but then we're
All
gonna be
right.
getting into cartoons and anime later, so
Yes, which is gonna be definitely a whole trip on its own.
yeah, exactly. Like we're gonna have to revisit a good majority of this. Probably even revisit the drawings because we're already at 9 o'clock. Holy crap!
Yes, we are.
Oh
So do you want
man.
to do a little reveal before we
Yeah,
close out?
yeah. Let's do a little reveal for now. And these are work in progresses. I guess we'll finish these probably next stream if you want to keep the drawings going until we're finished with them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, yeah. Man, yours look. You already got started on coloring. How dare you?
Yeah.
And here I am still trying to get the anatomy and stuff down.
It's okay. It's all right.
It's
This is
all
what
right,
this is
man.
for.
This is why you're the
Yeah.
goat, all right?
No.
One of these days, I will get better.
All right, so here's
um,
the reveal for now.
yeah.
Making pretty good progress. I like
Oh,
where you're
yeah.
like I like where you're going.
So, I think I may have to adjust her leg a little, but you know, it's
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 okay.
almost there. It's
Legs
almost there.
suck. If you
Oh,
if you were
dude.
paying attention to how long I was working on her legs, like I do
Mm-hmm.
like though that you're doing a dynamic pose. I wish I had maybe looked into a pose for her to do.
Oh,
I was
dude.
gonna do something like flying, but
Mm-hmm.
she does. Okay, so I know Rogue takes powers from
Yes.
whoever she wants, so she
Mm-hmm.
can fly,
Yeah.
but she doesn't start off flying, so I didn't want
Right.
to make her look like she's flying.
True. I
So
get it.
that's why I kind of did this pose with her adjusting her glove because that's kind of her thing.
Yeah, because she
Um,
absorbs through skin contact.
yes, but
Mm-hmm.
I love your dynamic pose. I will
I I
do dynamic
was
pose.
I I I wanted to try something that I hardly ever do, which is dynamic poses. It's a little tough because I always whenever I'm drawing, probably some of the funnest things for me to draw are like heads, but we were talking about this earlier in the week and I was like I wanna challenge myself and get outside my comfort zone. And even to get outside my comfort zone, I had to get a little I had to get a little zooted today, just a little bit, just so I could be like, all right, don't get too much into your head, man. Don't get into your head. Just draw this, okay?
Oh,
So anybody that was watching my screen, you saw all the adjustments and all the. It's a yeah. Sometimes whenever it comes to drawing, if I don't have too a hard plan, um I'll notice that I'll constantly go in and erase and go in and erase and go in and erase, and I'll get too into my head. So I wanted to keep this light, bright, fun. I wanted to get a little bit more fluid. I wanted to kind of just don't be my normal self. It's like every once in a while you need to let loose.
yeah.
But
Go with
maybe
the flow, man.
yeah, man. Like let's revisit this next stream, and let's keep going till we have ourselves a finished product. If I got this far 2 hours, then next time I can definitely at least get to flat colors next stream.
Heck yeah. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
No
All
more
right.
black and white for me. I'm gonna get into color, damn it.
All right. So we're gonna close for this stream. Thank you guys for joining us again today. We did something new today. We
Hmm.
did some live drawing, which is really exciting. Um, we'll finish up next stream. We'll go over our other top threes as
I
we
think the
slowly creep
next
along.
Yeah, our next subject is gonna be anime, so that's gonna be.
We're gonna be going into it.
Oh
It's gonna
yeah,
be
there's gonna be a
it's
lot of
gonna be
talking for
heavy.
that one.
Oh yeah. Um, if you'd like, go check out Esso at Art Studio on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Threads. All the links should be down below. Go check me out at Lily Lilac Draws on Instagram, Threads, Tumblr, TikTok, and Twitter. Check out our coffee page if you'd like. Any donations would be greatly appreciated. It's always a pleasure to unwind together and talk about the things that inspire us. We'll see
Hmm.
you next time, and remember, be creative.
Bye, guys.
Bye.